Chapter 1. The Belair and the Big Confession. Leon Grady wiped his hands on a rag that had seen better days, the kind of rag that had been retired from polite society years ago. The garage smelled like motor oil and nostalgia, a scent Leon secretly loved. The 1963 Belair sat in the center bay like a queen awaiting her crown, its faded turquoise paint begging for redemption. Erica perched on a stool nearby, her long legs crossed, phone forgotten on the workbench. She was 14 now, all sharp wit and soft edges, and Leon still couldn't figure out how time had sprinted past him like a runaway Mustang. "Dad," she said, twirling a socket wrench like a drumstick. "You ever think about what it'd be like if I lived here? Full-time?" Leon froze mid-turn of the ratchet. What? You heard me." Erica grinned, the kind of grin that said she knew exactly how to drop a bomb and then sit back to watch the fireworks. Leon set the ratchet down slowly, like it might explode. "Erica, that's a big thing to say." "I know." She shrugged, casual as a cat. "I've been thinking about it. Mom's great, don't get me wrong. But she's always working, and Steve, he's fine, but he's like, I don't know, he's like a decorative pillow. Nice to look at, but not super useful." Leon barked out a laugh before he could stop himself. "A decorative pillow? Kid, that's brutal." "I'm just saying." Erica leaned forward, elbows on her knees. "I feel like I'm in the way over there. Here I don't. Here I get to be me." Leon's chest tightened. He'd always tried to make their weekends together feel like more than borrowed time. Teaching her engines, letting her smear grease on her jeans, laughing until their stomachs hurt. But full-time? That was a whole different ballgame. "You know I'd love that," he said carefully. "But it's not just up to me." "I know." Her voice softened. "I just wanted you to know how I feel." Leon nodded, swallowing the lump in his throat. "Thanks for telling me, kiddo." She smiled, then smirked. "Also, if I move in, you're gonna have to learn how to cook something besides scrambled eggs." "Hey," Leon protested, pointing a greasy finger at her. "My scrambled eggs are a work of art. They're a crime against humanity." Leon laughed again, the sound echoing off the concrete walls. For a moment, the weight of the conversation lifted, replaced by the easy rhythm they always fell into. But later, when Erica wandered off to grab a soda, Leon stared at the Belair and wondered if his life was about to change in ways he hadn't dared hope for. Chapter 2. The unexpected olive branch. Leon had faced down engines that refused to start, transmissions that groaned like dying beasts, and customers who thought duct tape was a legitimate repair strategy. But nothing made his stomach knot like the thought of calling his ex-wife. He sat in his truck outside the garage, phone in hand, thumb hovering over her name. The January air was crisp, the kind that bit at your skin and made the world feel sharper. He could hear the faint hum of the shop behind him, the laughter of his crew drifting out like smoke. Normally, that sound grounded him. Today, it felt like background noise to a storm brewing in his chest. "Just do it, Grady," he muttered. "Rip the Band-Aid off." He tapped the screen. The phone rang once, twice, 3 times. He almost hung up, then her voice came through, warm but tired. "Leon." "Hey, Marcy." His voice cracked like a teenager's. "Great start. Got a minute?" "Sure." A pause. "Is Erica okay?" "She's fine. Better than fine." He rubbed the back of his neck. She told me something today." Another pause, heavier this time. "What did she say?" Leon took a breath, the kind you take before jumping into cold water. "She wants to live with me. Full-time." Silence. He could hear his own heartbeat, loud and stupid. He braced for the explosion. The sharp words, the accusations, the old wounds ripped open. Instead, Marcy laughed softly. Not bitter, not mocking, just sad. "I figured this day might come," she said. Leon blinked. "You did. She's growing up, Leon. She's always loved being with you." Her voice wavered, like a radio signal fading. "I guess I thought I had more time." Leon gripped the steering wheel even though he wasn't driving. "Marcy, I'm not trying to take her away from you." "I know." Another pause, then a sigh that sounded like surrender. "Truth is, I've been feeling like I'm failing her. Failing everyone." That hit Leon like a wrench to the gut. He'd spent years nursing anger, resentment, all the jagged edges of a broken marriage. But hearing that, it stripped everything down to bone. "Marcy," he said quietly, "yesterday's gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. Today's all we've got. Make it a good one." She laughed again, watery this time. "You always did have a way with words." "Not really," Leon said. "Mostly I just steal lines from fortune cookies." That earned a real laugh, and for a moment they were two people who used to love each other, sharing a joke in the ruins. "I'm not angry anymore," Leon added. "I promise to keep you involved. She needs both of us." "I'll make more of an effort," Marcy said. "I swear." They talked logistics, school, schedules, the boring stuff that suddenly felt monumental. When Leon hung up, he stared at the phone like it had just performed a magic trick. No fight, no shouting, just peace. He leaned back in the seat, exhaling hard. For the first time in years, the weight he'd carried felt lighter. Maybe this was what healing looked like. Not fireworks, not grand gestures. Just two people choosing not to hurt each other anymore. Back in the garage, Leon found Erica elbow deep in a box of parts, humming off key to a song he didn't recognize. She looked up when he walked in, eyes bright. "Well?" she asked. Leon grinned, slow and wide. "Pack your bags, kiddo." Her squeal could have cracked glass. She launched herself at him, arms around his neck, and for a second, Leon thought his heart might burst. "You serious?" she whispered. "Dead serious." He kissed the top of her head, ignoring the grease smudge she left on his shirt. "Looks like we're gonna need more scrambled eggs," Erica groaned. "We're getting takeout." Leon laughed, and the sound felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. That night, after Erica left for her mom's, Leon sat alone in the garage. The Bel Air gleamed under the fluorescent lights, half restored, half forgotten. He ran a hand over the hood, feeling the cool metal, the promise of transformation. Funny thing about cars, they were like people. Rust and dents, scars and stories. You sand down the rough edges, patch the holes, give them time and care. And one day they shine again. Leon smiled to himself. Maybe life worked the same way. Chapter 3. Moving Day Madness. Leon had seen chaos before. Broken axles, engines that exploded like popcorn, customers who swore their car just started making that noise after ignoring it for 6 months. But nothing compared to the circus that was Erica's moving day. His driveway looked like a yard sale gone rogue. Boxes stacked like unstable towers, duffel bags spilling clothes, and a pink beanbag chair that seemed to mock Leon's entire sense of masculinity. The January sun was bright but cold, and Leon's breath puffed out in little clouds as he surveyed the battlefield. "Dad!" Erica's voice rang out from the back of Marcy's SUV. She was wrestling with a box labeled books and stuff, which, judging by the weight, contained either bricks or the entire Library of Congress. "Kid, what did you pack in there?" "Regrets." Leon jogged over, grabbing the box before it crushed her. "Just books," Erica said, brushing hair out of her face. "And maybe some candles. And my rock collection." Leon stared at her. "You have a rock collection?" "Don't judge me," she said, deadpan. "Rocks are cool." Leon grinned. "Fair enough. Rocks are cool." Behind them, Marcy closed the SUV hatch and walked over, hands shoved in her coat pockets. Her expression was calm, but Leon could see the flicker of emotion in her eyes, the kind that made his chest ache. "You sure you're okay with this?" he asked quietly. Marcy nodded. "I want her to be happy. And she's happy with you." She smiled, small but real. "Just, don't let her eat pizza every night." Leon smirked. "Hey, I make scrambled eggs too." Marcy rolled her eyes. "That's not helping your case." Erica popped up between them like a referee. "Guys, I'm moving in, not dying. Chill." Leon laughed, and for a moment, the tension eased. They loaded the last of the boxes into his truck, and Marcy hugged Erica tight, whispering something Leon didn't catch. When she pulled away, her eyes were shiny, but her smile held. "Call me tonight," Marcy said. "Promise," Erica replied. Leon watched Marcy drive off, then turned to his daughter. "Ready?" Erica grinned. "Born ready." The garage crew had promised to help, which Leon knew translated to eat pizza and argue about carburetors. Sure enough, when they arrived, the scene turned into a comedy sketch. "Where do you want this?" Big Mike asked, holding a box labeled shoes like it was radioactive. Maybe the closet?" Leon said. "Which closet?" Mike looked around like closets were mythical creatures. "Her room," Leon said, pointing down the hall. Mike lumbered off, muttering about how shoes should come with a map. Meanwhile, Tony, skinny, loud, and perpetually caffeinated, was trying to assemble Erica's desk without instructions. "It's like a puzzle," he declared, holding two random pieces together. "Except the puzzle hates me." Erica snorted. "You're supposed to use the manual." "Manuals are for quitters," Tony said, then promptly dropped a screw that rolled under the couch. By the time the pizza arrived, the living room looked like a tornado had taken up woodworking. Boxes everywhere, half-built furniture, and Leon's sanity hanging by a thread. "Dad," Erica said, plopping onto the beanbag chair. "This is awesome." Leon looked around at the chaos. "Awesome is one word for it." She grinned. "Seriously, I dunno, like this is home." Leon's throat tightened. He sat beside her, ignoring the squeak of the beanbag. "It is home, kiddo." She leaned her head on his shoulder, and for a moment, the mess didn't matter. The noise, the clutter, the stress, it all faded under the weight of that simple truth. Later, after the crew left and the house was quiet, Leon stood in the doorway of Erica's room. It wasn't perfect. Boxes still stacked, posters leaning against the wall, but her bed was made, her desk, mostly, assembled, and her laughter still echoed faintly in the air. He smiled, feeling something he hadn't felt in years. Peace, maybe even joy. Then his phone buzzed. A text from Marcy. "Thank you for making her happy." Leon stared at the words, then typed back. "She makes me happy too." He set the phone down, walked to the garage, and fired up the radio. The Bel Air gleamed under the lights, waiting. Leon grabbed a wrench, humming along to an old country song, and thought about how life, like cars, was all about restoration. Chapter 4. The neighbor with the smile. Leon wasn't expecting company. He was expecting a quiet Saturday morning, maybe a cup of coffee strong enough to wake the dead, and a few hours in the garage with the Bel Air. What he got instead was a runaway golden retriever barreling toward him like a furry missile. "Whoa!" Leon yelped, dodging left as the dog skidded across his driveway, tongue lolling, tail wagging like a helicopter blade. The leash trailed behind like a forgotten ribbon. "Cooper! Stop!" A voice followed. A woman's voice, warm and slightly breathless. Leon turned just in time to see her sprinting after the dog, hair flying, coffee cup in one hand, leash in the other. She was laughing, which was impressive considering the chaos. The dog made a beeline for Leon's garage, nose twitching like it had discovered the holy grail of smells. Leon lunged and caught the leash mid-swing, nearly tripping over a box of spark plugs. "Got him," Leon announced, holding the leash like a trophy. The woman skidded to a stop, cheeks flushed, eyes bright. She was something. Quirky in a way that made Leon's brain short-circuit for a second. Her sweater was oversized, her jeans had paint splatters, and her smile, good lord, that smile, could have powered a small town. "Thank you," she said, breathless. "He's usually better behaved. I swear." Leon grinned, handing over the leash. "No problem. Happens to the best of us." She took the leash, then noticed the grease on his hands. "Oh no. Did he mess up your work?" Leon glanced at the Bel Air, safe and sound. "Nah, he's got good taste, though. That's a '63 Bel Air." Her eyes lit up. "It's gorgeous. You restoring it?" "Trying to," Leon said. "It's a labor of love." She smiled again, and Leon felt something shift in his chest. Not a big shift, just a nudge like the universe saying pay attention. "I'm Tessa," she said, offering her free hand. "Just moved in next door." Leon wiped his hand on his jeans before shaking hers. "Leon, welcome to the neighborhood." "Thanks." She glanced around, taking in the garage, the tools, the smell of motor oil. "This is amazing. I've never seen so many wrenches in one place." Leon chuckled. "It's kind of my thing." "Clearly." She tugged Cooper closer, who was now sniffing a tire like it held secrets. "Well, sorry for the chaos. I owe you a coffee." Leon raised an eyebrow. "You already have one." She looked at her cup, then laughed. "Okay, another coffee. One that isn't currently sloshing down my sleeve." Leon smiled, and for the first time in a long time it felt easy. "I'll hold you to that." After she left, dog in tow, smile lingering like sunlight, Leon stood in the garage, staring at the Bel Air. He wasn't sure what just happened, but he knew one thing. His Saturday morning had gotten a whole lot more interesting. Later, Erica burst into the garage, ponytail swinging. "Dad, who was that?" Leon blinked. Who was who? "The woman with the dog." Erica plopped onto the stool, eyes wide. "I saw her from the window. She's cute." Leon groaned. "Kid, she is." Erica grinned like a cat with cream. "And she smiled at you." Leon tried to focus on the carburetor. "She's just a neighbor." "Aha." Erica smirked. "Sure." Leon shot her a look. "Don't start." "Too late," Erica sang, pulling out her phone. Operation Dad Gets a Life is officially in motion. Leon sighed, but deep down, he couldn't stop the stupid grin tugging at his mouth. Chapter 5. Garage Gossip and Dad's Dilemma. By Monday morning, Leon had convinced himself that the whole neighbor incident was nothing, just a friendly introduction. A dog, a leash, a smile, end of story. Except Erica wasn't buying it, and neither were the guys at the garage. The trouble started when Big Mike spotted Tessa walking Cooper past the shop window. "Whoa," Mike said, elbowing Tony hard enough to make him drop a wrench. "Who's that?" Tony looked up, eyes narrowing like a hawk spotting prey. "That's not Marcy." Leon groaned. "Thanks for the observation, Sherlock." Mike grinned. "She's cute." Leon shot him a look. "She's a neighbor." Tony smirked. "A neighbor with legs that go on for days." Leon slammed the hood of the Bel Air a little harder than necessary. "Can we not?" But it was too late. The gossip train had left the station, and Leon was tied to the tracks. "Does Erica know?" Tony asked, waggling his eyebrows. Leon sighed. "Kids already plotting my wedding." Mike laughed so hard he nearly swallowed a socket. "Oh, this is gold." Leon Grady, the eternal bachelor, finally meets his match. "I didn't meet anyone," Leon snapped, though his ears burned. "She was chasing her dog." Tony grinned. "Sounds romantic." "Romantic." Leon barked a laugh. "She spilled coffee down her sleeve." "Classic meet cute," Mike said, dead serious. "Hallmark would eat that up." Leon threw his hands in the air. "You guys are impossible." Erica showed up after school, ponytail swinging, eyes bright with mischief. Leon knew that look. It was the same look she got before convincing him to buy her a dirt bike. "Dad," she said, hopping onto the workbench. "Guess who I saw walking her dog again?" Leon groaned. "Kid." "Tessa," Erica sang like the name was a magic spell. "She waved at me." Leon tried to focus on the carburetor. That's nice. She asked about you, Erica added casually. Leon froze. She did. Yep. Erica grinned. Wanted to know if you were always this grumpy. Leon stared at her. You're making that up. Maybe. Erica smirked. But you should totally talk to her. Leon shook his head. Not happening. Why not? Erica tilted her head. You're funny. You're smart. You're... Okay, you dress like a mechanic, but that's your vibe. Leon chuckled despite himself. Kid, I've got enough on my plate. Erica's smile softened. You deserve to be happy, Dad. That hit Leon harder than he expected. He looked at her, really looked, and saw the truth in her eyes. She wasn't just teasing. She meant it. I am happy, Leon said quietly. Erica grinned. You could be happier. Leon opened his mouth to argue, but Tony popped his head around the corner, grinning like a hyena. Hey, lover boy. You want us to detail your truck before your big date? Leon groaned. I hate all of you. That night, Leon sat in his kitchen, staring at his phone like it was a ticking bomb. He wasn't calling Tessa. He wasn't even sure why he was thinking about it. But her laugh kept replaying in his head, bright and unfiltered. And that smile. He shook his head, muttering to himself. Get a grip, Grady. But deep down, he knew the truth. He was in trouble. Chapter 6. The accidental date. Leon wasn't planning on running into Tessa. In fact, he had a very specific plan for the evening. Grab a burger at Miller's Diner, eat in peace, and maybe stare at the Belaire's restoration checklist like it held the secrets of the universe. No drama. No surprises. But fate apparently had other ideas. The diner was buzzing with its usual small-town soundtrack. Clinking silverware, laughter from the corner booth, the hum of an old jukebox playing a country classic. Leon slid into his favorite seat by the window, nodding at the waitress who knew his order by heart. Double cheeseburger, extra pickles, and coffee, she said before he even opened his mouth. You're psychic, Leon replied with a grin. She winked. Just observant. Leon settled in, pulling out his phone to check messages. He was halfway through a text to Erica. Don't forget your math homework, kiddo, when a voice interrupted. Leon. He looked up and there she was, Tessa. Same smile, same paint-splattered jeans, hair pulled into a messy bun that somehow looked like it belonged on a magazine cover. Cooper wasn't with her this time, but she carried a tote bag that looked like it had been through a war with an art supply store. Leon blinked. Tessa. Hey, she grinned. Small town, huh? No escaping your neighbors. Leon chuckled. Guess not. Mind if I join you? She asked, tilting her head toward the empty seat. Leon hesitated for half a second, long enough for his brain to scream danger, danger, then nodded. Sure. She slid into the booth, setting her bag down with a thud. I was planning on takeout, but sitting alone felt sad. Leon smiled. Well, now you're stuck with me. Could be worse, she said, eyes twinkling. The waitress appeared like magic. What can I get you, hon? Grilled chicken sandwich, Tessa said, and a sweet tea. As the waitress left, Tessa leaned back, studying Leon like he was a puzzle. So, you're the guy with the garage. That's me, Leon said. Cars, bikes, anything with wheels. Sounds fun, she said. I can barely change a light bulb. Leon grinned. We all have our talents. And yours is fixing things? She asked. Leon shrugged. Mostly. Sometimes breaking them first. She laughed, and Leon felt that nudge again, the one that made his chest feel lighter. Their food arrived, and conversation flowed easier than Leon expected. They talked about the town, about Cooper's obsession with tires, about Erica's love for engines. Tessa listened like she actually cared, and Leon found himself telling stories he hadn't shared in years. So, your daughter works with you? Tessa asked, sipping her tea. Yeah, Leon said, smiling. She's got a knack for it. Better than half the guys in my shop. That's awesome, Tessa said. You must be proud. Leon nodded, feeling that familiar warmth in his chest. She's my world. Tessa's smile softened. That's really nice to hear. Halfway through his burger, Leon realized something. This felt like a date. An accidental, unplanned, completely terrifying date. And worse, he didn't hate it. When the check came, Tessa reached for it. Let me. Leon shook his head. No way. Come on, she said, grinning. You saved Cooper from becoming a garage mascot. Least I can do is buy you dinner. Leon chuckled. Fine. But next time, it's on me. Her eyebrows lifted. Next time. Leon froze. I mean, if there is a next time. Tessa laughed, sliding her card to the waitress. We'll see. Outside, the night air was crisp, stars scattered like diamonds across the sky. Tessa pulled her coat tighter, smiling at Leon. Thanks for letting me crash your dinner, she said. Anytime, Leon replied and meant it. She waved, walking toward her car, and Leon stood there like an idiot, watching her go. When she glanced back and smiled, his heart did something stupid, something he hadn't felt in years. Back in his truck, Leon sat for a long moment, gripping the steering wheel. He wasn't sure what this was, But he knew one thing. He wanted to see her again. And that scared the hell out of him. Chapter 7. Erica's master plan. Erica was many things. Smart, stubborn, and occasionally terrifying when she had an idea. Leon had learned this the hard way over 14 years. So when she walked into the garage on Thursday afternoon with that gleam in her eye, Leon knew trouble was brewing. "Dad," she said, hopping onto the workbench like it was her throne. "We need to talk." Leon groaned, tightening a bolt on the Belair. "That's never good." "It's great," Erica corrected, swinging her legs. "Guess what's happening this weekend?" Leon shrugged. "The apocalypse?" "Close," she said, grinning. "The classic car show." Leon paused mid-turn. "The one at the fairgrounds?" "Yep." Erica leaned forward, eyes sparkling. "And guess who loves classic cars?" Leon frowned. "Me and Tessa," Erica said, like she was revealing a state secret. Leon's stomach dropped. "Kid, she told me," Erica continued, ignoring his warning tone. "She said her dad used to take her to car shows when she was little. She loves them." Leon set the wrench down, rubbing his face. "Erica, no." "Erica, yes." She grinned like a cat with a mouse. "You're going." "She's going." Boom, romantic setting. Leon stared at her. Romantic setting? It's a parking lot full of old cars and guys arguing about carburetors. "Exactly," Erica said. "Your natural habitat." Leon groaned. "Kid, I'm not." "Already told the guys," Erica interrupted, hopping off the bench. "They're in." As if on cue, Big Mike and Tony appeared from the back, grinning like conspirators. "Operation Lovebug is a go," Tony announced, holding up a socket wrench like a sword. Leon blinked. "Operation what?" "Lovebug," Mike said, dead serious. "Because cars. And love. Get it?" Leon buried his face in his hands. "I hate all of you." By Saturday morning, Leon was regretting every life choice that led him here. The fairgrounds were packed. Rows of gleaming classics, the smell of funnel cakes in the air, and enough chrome to blind a man. Erica bounced beside him like a caffeinated rabbit, wearing a t-shirt that said "Car girls do it better." "Relax," she whispered as they walked past a '57 Chevy. "You look like you're going to a root canal." Leon muttered. "Feels like one." "Dad," Erica said, stopping him with a hand on his arm. "You're not doing anything wrong. You're just living." Leon sighed, but before he could reply, a familiar voice called out. "Leon." He turned, and there she was, Tessa. Sunlight caught in her hair, Cooper trotting happily at her side. She wore jeans and a leather jacket that made Leon's brain short-circuit for a second. "Hey," Leon said, trying to sound casual and failing miserably. "Hey yourself," Tessa said, smiling. "Didn't peg you for a car show guy." Leon chuckled. "It's kind of my thing." "I can see that," she said, glancing at Erica. "And you must be Erica." Erica grinned. "That's me. Dad talks about you." Leon choked. "Kid," Tessa laughed, eyes twinkling. "All good things, I hope." "Mostly," Erica said, smirking. Leon prayed for a sinkhole. They wandered the rows together, Leon, Tessa, Erica, and Cooper, who seemed determined to sniff every tire in the county. Conversation flowed easier than Leon expected. Tessa knew her cars. She rattled off facts about a '69 Camaro that impressed even Tony, who had tagged along for moral support, but was clearly enjoying the show. At one point, Tessa stopped in front of a cherry-red Mustang, running her fingers over the hood. "My dad had one like this," she said softly. "He used to take me to shows every summer." Leon watched her, something tugging at his chest. "Sounds like good memories." She smiled, wistful. "The best." For a moment, Leon wanted to say something real. But before he could, Erica popped up between them like a referee. "Photo time," she declared, shoving her phone at Tony. "Dad, stand closer." Leon groaned. "Kid, closer," Erica insisted, pushing him toward Tessa. Tessa laughed, and Leon felt his ears burn as they posed beside the Mustang. Tony snapped the picture, grinning like a man who just won the lottery. "Perfect," Erica said, checking the photo. "You two look cute," Leon muttered. "I'm adopting you out." By the time they left, Leon's head was spinning. He'd laughed more than he had in months. He'd learned Tessa loved old cars, hated pineapple on pizza, and had a laugh that made the world feel lighter. And when she touched his arm while saying goodbye, his heart did something stupid, something he wasn't ready to name. That night, Leon sat in the garage, staring at the Belair. Erica was upstairs, humming to herself, probably plotting her next move. Leon picked up a wrench, but his mind wasn't on the car. It was on a smile, a laugh, and the way sunlight had caught in her hair. He was in trouble. Big trouble. Chapter 8. The car show catastrophe. Leon had one rule about car shows: never tempt fate. Which is why, when Erica begged him to bring the Belair to the Sunday showcase, he said no. Firmly. Twice. Then somehow ended up polishing chrome at 6 in the morning like a man possessed. "Dad, she's gorgeous," Erica said, leaning against the garage door as Leon buffed the hood. "You're gonna win best in show." Leon snorted. Kid, this car's held together by prayer and duct tape. Still gorgeous, Erica insisted, snapping a photo. Hashtag vintage vibes. Leon groaned. Don't hashtag my car. By noon, the fairgrounds were packed. Rows of classics gleamed under the winter sun, engines humming like old songs. Leon parked the Bel Air in the center row, heart thudding like he was sending his kid to prom. Erica darted off to grab funnel cakes, leaving Leon to bask in the glory of his handiwork. That's when the sky betrayed him. It started as a whisper, a gray smudge on the horizon. Then, like a bad joke, the clouds rolled in fast, heavy and mean. The first raindrop hit Leon's cheek like a warning shot. Oh, come on, he muttered, glancing up. Not today. The drizzle turned to a downpour in seconds. People scrambled, tarps flew, and Leon lunged for the Bel Air, fumbling with a cover that refused to cooperate. Need a hand? A voice called. Leon turned, and there she was, Tessa. Hair damp, jacket clinging, eyes bright with amusement. Cooper wagged his tail like this was the best day ever. Leon blinked rain out of his eyes. You have impeccable timing. She grinned. I'm good in a crisis. Perfect, Leon said, shoving the tarp at her. Hold this. They wrestled with the cover like two people trying to tame a wild animal. Rain soaked them both, laughter spilling out between curses. Why do these things never fit? Tessa yelled over the storm. Because the universe hates me, Leon shot back, tugging at a corner. Finally, they managed to secure the tarp, sort of. It looked like a sad origami project, but the Bel Air was covered. Mostly. Leon collapsed against the hood, drenched and breathless. Tessa laughed, pushing wet hair out of her face. Well, that was fun. Leon grinned, rain dripping from his nose. Define fun. She smiled, and for a moment the storm didn't matter. The world narrowed to her laugh, her eyes, and the way his heart was doing somersaults. When the rain eased, Leon helped Tessa pack up her things. Erica reappeared, funnel cake in hand, eyes wide. Whoa, she said, taking in their soaked clothes. Did you two just wrestle a tornado? Something like that, Leon muttered. Tessa winked at Erica. Your dad's a hero. Leon groaned. Don't encourage her. Erica grinned like a cat with cream. Too late. By the time they left, Leon's truck smelled like wet leather and powdered sugar. Tessa had given him her number. In case you need help with more tarp emergencies, she'd said, smiling, and Leon had tucked it into his pocket like it was made of gold. Driving home, Erica hummed in the passenger seat, smug as ever. You like her. Leon kept his eyes on the road. Kid. You do, Erica said, grinning. And she likes you. Leon sighed, but deep down he knew she was right, and that scared him more than any rainstorm ever could. That night, Leon stood in the garage, staring at the Bel Air. The tarp dripped quietly, puddles forming on the concrete. He picked up a wrench, but his mind wasn't on the car. It was on a laugh, a smile, and the way Tessa had looked at him in the rain. He was in deep, and for the first time in years, he didn't mind. Chapter 9. Late night confessions. The rain had stopped hours ago, but Leon still felt damp, inside and out. The Bel Air sat under its tarp like a sulking queen, and the garage smelled faintly of wet concrete and motor oil. Leon leaned against the workbench, nursing a cup of coffee that had gone cold, staring at nothing in particular. His phone buzzed. Tessa, hope your car survived the storm. Leon stared at the message, thumb hovering. He typed back before he could overthink it. Leon, barely. Thanks to you. Her reply came fast. Tessa, teamwork. You owe me a dry jacket. Leon chuckled, shaking his head. He typed, Leon, deal. Coffee? Tomorrow. Pause. Then, Tessa, tonight. I'm up. You? Leon blinked at the screen, heart thudding like a misfiring engine. He typed, Leon, garage is open. Her response was a single word, on my way. 15 minutes later, headlights swept across the driveway. Leon wiped his hands on a rag, suddenly aware of the grease on his shirt, the mess on the workbench, the fact that he hadn't done this, invited someone in since forever. The door creaked open and there she was, Tessa. Hair damp from the mist, jacket zipped, smile soft but bright. Hey, she said, stepping inside. Hope I'm not interrupting. Leon shook his head. You're saving me from talking to a carburetor. She laughed, setting her bag down. Sounds like a thrilling conversation. Leon grinned. Depends on the carburetor. He poured her coffee, fresh this time, and they sat on two stools, the Bel Air looming like a silent chaperone. For a while, they talked about nothing. The storm, the car show, Cooper's obsession with tires. Easy stuff, comfortable stuff. Then Tessa's smile faded, just a little. You really love this place, she said, glancing around the garage. Leon nodded. It's home. And Erica? She asked softly. Leon's chest tightened. She's my world. Tessa smiled, but there was something in her eyes, something heavy. You're lucky. Leon frowned. You don't have kids? She shook her head. Wanted to. Life had other plans. Leon hesitated. Sorry. Don't be. She sipped her coffee, gaze distant. I was married once. Thought we'd have the whole picture, house, kids, chaos. But he wanted something else. Someone else. Leon felt that like a punch. That sucks. She laughed, bitter and soft. Yeah, but you learn. You move on. Leon stared at his coffee, words sticking in his throat. Finally, he said, I get it. Divorce. It's like someone takes a wrench to your life and strips every bolt. Tessa looked at him, eyes warm. How long? 14 years, Leon said. Erica was 3. I spent a lot of time being angry. At Marcy. At myself. At the universe. And now? Tessa asked. Leon shrugged. Now I just try to make today a good day. She smiled, slow and genuine. That's beautiful. Leon chuckled. It's practical. Silence settled, but it wasn't awkward. It was easy, like two people sitting in the same storm, finally finding shelter. You're a good dad, Tessa said suddenly. Leon blinked. You don't know that. I do, she said, voice steady. I can see it. Leon swallowed hard, something warm and terrifying blooming in his chest. Thanks, she smiled, and for a moment, Leon wanted to kiss her. Wanted it so bad it scared him. But instead, he said, You ever want to learn how to rebuild an engine? Tessa laughed. Is that your idea of flirting? Leon grinned. Maybe. She shook her head, smiling. Then yes. They talked until midnight, about cars, about music, about scars that didn't show. When Tessa finally stood to leave, Leon walked her to the door, heart pounding like a piston. Thanks for the coffee, she said. Thanks for everything, Leon replied. She smiled, soft and bright. See you soon. Leon nodded. Count on it. When her taillights disappeared down the road, Leon stood in the quiet garage, staring at the Bel Air. For the first time in years, the future didn't feel like a broken engine. It felt like something worth fixing. Chapter 10. Erica's big surprise. Leon wasn't big on birthdays. Never had been. A quiet day, maybe a burger at Miller's, and sometime in the garage, that was his idea of celebrating. But Erica had other plans, which Leon discovered the moment he walked into the garage Saturday morning and found balloons tied to the hydraulic lift. What the? Leon stopped dead, staring at the explosion of color. Streamers hung from the rafters. A banner stretched across the back wall reading, Happy birthday, Dad, in bold letters that looked suspiciously like Erica's handwriting. Surprise! Erica popped out from behind the Bel Air, grinning like a cat with cream. Welcome to your party. Leon blinked. Kid, don't even start, Erica said, hands on her hips. You never celebrate. This year, you're celebrating. Leon groaned. You didn't have to. Yes, I did, Erica interrupted. You deserve it. Before Leon could argue, the garage door rolled up and in came Big Mike, Tony, and half the crew, carrying pizza boxes and coolers like conquering heroes. Happy birthday, old man, Tony yelled, tossing Leon a party hat. Leon caught it, glaring. I'm not wearing this. You're wearing it, Erica said, snatching the hat and plopping it on his head. You look adorable. Leon muttered something about dignity, but the laughter drowned him out. The party was chaos in the best way. Music blared from a Bluetooth speaker, pizza disappeared faster than Leon could blink, and someone, probably Tony, started a debate about whether a 69 Camaro could beat a 70 Challenger in a drag race. Erica flitted around like a hostess, making sure everyone had drinks, her smile brighter than the balloons. Leon stood by the Bel Air, watching it all with a strange mix of amusement and awe. He wasn't used to this, people fussing over him, laughter filling the space like sunlight. For years, birthdays had been quiet, almost invisible. But this felt good. Then the garage door opened again, and Leon's heart did a stupid flip. Tessa walked in, carrying a small box wrapped in silver paper. Her hair was loose, her jacket slung over one arm, and that smile, the one that made Leon forget how to breathe, was firmly in place. Hope I'm not late, she said, stepping inside. Leon blinked. You're here. Erica invited me, Tessa said, shooting the teenager a wink. She's very persuasive. Erica grinned. You're welcome. Leon shook his head, muttering, Kid's gonna be the death of me. Tessa handed him the box. Happy birthday. Leon stared at it like it might explode. You didn't have to. I wanted to, she said softly. He opened it carefully, peeling back the paper to reveal a keychain. But not just any keychain. A miniature chrome Bel Air, polished to perfection. Leon swallowed hard. Tessa, I saw it and thought of you, she said, smiling. Figured it belonged on your keys. Leon turned the keychain over in his hand, feeling something warm bloom in his chest. It's perfect. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the noise faded, the laughter, the music, the chaos. It was just them, standing in the glow of fluorescent lights, something unspoken humming between them. Of course, Tony ruined it. Speech, he bellowed, clapping Leon on the back hard enough to rattle his teeth. Birthday boy gives a speech. Leon groaned. No speeches. Yes, speeches, Erica said, shoving a slice of pizza into his hand. Say something nice. Leon looked around, The streamers, the balloons, the faces grinning at him like he was the center of the universe. He cleared his throat. Thanks, he said, voice rough. For this, for all of you, and for reminding me that life's pretty good when you let people in. The garage erupted in cheers. Erica hugged him tight, whispering, "Love you, Dad." Leon hugged her back, heart full. "Love you too, kiddo." Later, when the party wound down and the crew left, Leon walked Tessa to her car. The night was cool, stars scattered like diamonds, and the air smelled faintly of motor oil and birthday cake. "Thanks for coming," he said. "Thanks for inviting me," she replied, smiling. "Well, thanks to Erica." Leon chuckled. "She's relentless. She's amazing," Tessa said softly. "You did good." Leon looked at her, something tugging at his chest. "You think." "I know," she said, eyes warm. For a moment, Leon wanted to kiss her. Wanted it so bad it hurt. But instead, he said, "Drive safe." She smiled, lingering just a second longer. "See you soon." Leon nodded. "Count on it." When her taillights disappeared, Leon stood in the quiet driveway, the keychain heavy in his pocket, and thought, maybe birthdays weren't so bad after all. Chapter 11. The almost kiss. Leon wasn't sure how it happened. One minute, he was tightening bolts on the Bel Air, humming along to an old country tune. The next, Tessa was standing in the doorway of the garage, framed by the glow of the setting sun like something out of a dream. "Hey," she said, smiling that smile, the one that made Leon forget how to breathe. "Hope I'm not interrupting." Leon wiped his hands on a rag, heart thudding like a misfiring piston. "You're never interrupting." She stepped inside, Cooper trotting happily at her heels. "Erica said you'd be here." Leon chuckled. "Kid's got a better social calendar than I do." "She's amazing," Tessa said, glancing around the garage. "This place, it feels like you." Leon shrugged, suddenly self-conscious about the grease stains and scattered tools. "It's home." Tessa smiled softly. "I like it." They talked for a while, about the Bel Air, about the car show fiasco, about how Cooper had recently stolen a neighbor's slipper and buried it in Tessa's garden. Easy conversation, laughter spilling like sunlight through the open door. Then the laughter faded, replaced by something quieter, something heavier. "You're good at this," Tessa said suddenly, nodding toward the car. "Fixing things." Leon swallowed hard. "Takes patience." "Wish I had that," she murmured, almost to herself. Leon frowned. "You do." She looked at him then, really looked, and Leon felt the air shift. The hum of the radio faded, the world narrowing to her eyes, warm, bright, and full of something he couldn't name. "Tessa." His voice was rough like gravel. She stepped closer, slow and deliberate, until he could smell her shampoo. Something soft, something that made his chest ache. Her hand brushed his arm, light as a whisper, and Leon's heart slammed against his ribs. For a moment, time held its breath. He leaned in. She tilted her head. Their lips were inches apart. The world balanced on a knife's edge. "Dad!" The garage door banged open, and Erica burst in like a hurricane, clutching a carburetor and looking like the apocalypse had arrived. "It's broken," she wailed, shoving the part at Leon. "My science project is doomed." Leon jerked back so fast he nearly knocked over a toolbox. Tessa blinked, biting her lip to hide a laugh. "Kid!" Leon's voice cracked. What science project?" "The one that's due tomorrow," Erica said, eyes wide with panic. "I was building a model engine, and now it's dead. Dead." Leon stared at her, then at Tessa, then back at the carburetor. "You couldn't have waited 5 minutes?" Erica frowned. 5 minutes? "Dad, this is life or death." Tessa laughed then, really laughed, and Leon groaned, dragging a hand down his face. "Guess we're fixing a carburetor," he muttered. For the next hour, Leon and Erica huddled over the busted part, while Tessa perched on a stool, offering moral support and teasing Leon mercilessly. "You were so close," she whispered at one point, grinning. Leon shot her a look. "Don't start." She smirked. "I'm just saying." Leon groaned, tightening a bolt like it had personally offended him. By the time the carburetor was fixed and Erica skipped off humming happily, Leon was exhausted, and more frustrated than he cared to admit. Tessa stood, slipping on her jacket, eyes dancing with amusement. "Rain check?" she asked softly. Leon met her gaze, something warm and dangerous blooming in his chest. "Count on it." She smiled, lingering just long enough to make his pulse trip over itself. Then she was gone, and Leon was left staring at the door, muttering, "Kid's gonna be the death of me." Chapter 12. The realization. Leon wasn't a man who liked admitting things, especially to himself. But as he stood in the garage late Sunday night, staring at the Bel Air under the soft hum of fluorescent lights, he knew the truth. He was falling for Tessa. Hard. It wasn't just her laugh, though that laugh could melt steel. It wasn't just the way she looked at him like he wasn't broken, like he wasn't just a guy patching up old cars and old mistakes. It was the way she fit into his world, into Erica's world, like she'd been there all along. And that scared the hell out of him. Erica found him like that, leaning against the workbench, lost in thought. She padded in wearing pajama pants and a hoodie, hair in a messy bun, holding a mug of cocoa like it was a peace offering. "Dad," she said, hopping onto the stool beside him. "You look intense." Leon chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck. "Just thinking." "About her?" Erica asked, eyes sharp. Leon blinked. "What?" "Tessa," Erica said, smirking. "Don't play dumb." Leon sighed, staring at the floor. "Kid, you like her?" Erica said, voice soft now. "Like, really like her?" Leon swallowed hard. "Yeah," he admitted, the word tasting strange and terrifying. "I do." Erica grinned, wide and bright. "Finally." Leon frowned. "Finally. I've been waiting for this," she said, swinging her legs. "You've been alone forever, Dad. You deserve someone." Leon stared at her, throat tight. "I've got you." "You've got me," Erica agreed, smiling. "But you need more than me. You need someone who makes you laugh. Someone who looks at you like you're worth it." Leon's chest ached. "Kid, you're too smart for your own good." Erica shrugged. "Runs in the family." They sat in silence for a moment, the hum of the garage filling the space. Then Erica nudged him with her elbow. "So, what's stopping you?" Leon exhaled slowly. "Fear." "Of what?" "Messing it up," Leon said quietly. "I messed up before. I don't want to hurt her. Or you." Erica looked at him, eyes steady. "You won't." "How do you know?" "Because you're not the same guy you were back then," she said simply. "You learned. You grew. And you've got me to keep you in line." Leon laughed, rough and real. "Fair point." Erica grinned. "So, you gonna ask her out?" Leon groaned. "Kid, you are," Erica said, hopping off the stool. "And if you don't, I will." Leon stared at her. "You wouldn't." She smirked. "Try me." When she left, Leon stood alone in the garage, heart pounding like a piston. He looked at the Bel Air. Shiny now, restored, beautiful, and thought, maybe people weren't so different from cars. Maybe, with enough care, enough patience, enough courage, you could make something new out of something broken. And maybe, just maybe, it was time to try. Chapter 13. The Happy Mess. The garage had never looked like this before. Streamers from Erica's birthday stunt still clung to the rafters. The Bel Air gleamed under the fluorescent lights like a jewel, and the smell of motor oil mingled with something sweeter. Cake, maybe, or the faint trace of Tessa's perfume. Leon stood by the workbench, heart thudding like a misfiring piston. He'd texted her earlier, "Coffee? Garage?" And she'd replied with a single word, "On my way." Now, headlights swept across the driveway, and Leon felt his pulse trip over itself. The door creaked open, and there she was, Tessa. Hair loose, jacket slung over one arm, smile soft but bright. "Hey," she said, stepping inside. "Hope I'm not late." Leon shook his head, trying to sound casual and failing miserably. "You're right on time." Cooper trotted in behind her, tail wagging like a metronome set to chaos. Tessa laughed as he sniffed a tire, then turned her attention back to Leon. "So," she said, glancing around, "this is where the magic happens." Leon chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck. "Magic's a strong word. Mostly grease and swearing." She grinned. "Sounds romantic." Leon blinked. "Romantic?" "Sure," she teased, stepping closer. "You take broken things and make them whole again. That's kind of beautiful." Leon swallowed hard. Never thought of it that way. They talked for a while. About the Bel Air, about Erica's science project disaster, about how Cooper had recently stolen a neighbor's slipper and buried it in Tessa's garden. Easy conversation, laughter spilling like sunlight through the open door. Then the laughter faded, replaced by something quieter, something heavier. "You're good at this," Tessa said softly, nodding toward the car. "Fixing things." Leon met her gaze, heart pounding. "Takes patience. And courage," she added, her voice barely above a whisper. Leon's throat tightened. "Guess I'm learning." She smiled, and for a moment, the world narrowed to her eyes, warm, bright, and full of something he couldn't name. She stepped closer, slow and deliberate, until he could smell her shampoo. Something soft, something that made his chest ache. Her hand brushed his arm, light as a whisper, and Leon's heart slammed against his ribs. For a moment, time held its breath. He leaned in. She tilted her head. Their lips were inches apart, the hum of the garage fading into silence. "Dad!" The door banged open, and Erica burst in like a hurricane, holding a plate of cake and grinning like the devil. "You forgot dessert." Leon jerked back so fast he nearly knocked over a toolbox. Tessa bit her lip, laughter bubbling up like champagne. "Kid!" Leon's voice cracked. "Seriously?" "What?" Erica said, all innocence. "You love cake." Leon groaned, dragging a hand down his face. "Timing, Erica. Timing." Erica blinked, then smirked. "Oh, were you two about to?" "Out," Leon said, pointing at the door. Erica grinned wider. "Fine, but I'm leaving the cake." She set the plate down and skipped out, humming like a cat who'd caught the canary. Tessa laughed until tears shimmered in her eyes. "She's amazing," Leon muttered, She's a menace. She loves you, Tessa said softly. Leon looked at her, something warm blooming in his chest. Yeah, she does. And she wants you happy, Tessa added, stepping closer again. Leon swallowed hard. So do I. This time, when he leaned in, nothing interrupted. Their lips met, soft at first, then deeper, like a promise whispered in the hum of fluorescent lights. The world didn't explode. The Belair didn't burst into flames. But something inside Leon shifted, something that had been locked away for years. When they pulled back, Tessa smiled, breathless. Finally, Leon chuckled, forehead resting against hers. You have no idea. Erica's voice floated in from the kitchen. I heard that. Leon groaned. Tessa laughed. And for the first time in years, Leon felt like everything. Every broken piece, every scar had found its place. It wasn't perfect. It was messy, loud, greasy, full of laughter and love and second chances. And Leon wouldn't trade it for the world.